family in a sweet harmony. Someday we'll all be free.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the ESL Weekly Cup, number 74.
that I don't have any idea when you're actually starting.
Oh,
so
I just thought I'd surprise you.
Random thumbs up into the camera.
You just
Hey,
like giving thumbs up to the viewers.
Yeah,
And that's
exactly.
just the way it is. So welcome everyone to the ESL Weekly Cup number 74. And we're going to be going into the first semi-final, which is going to be Your Goose is Cooked against... I'm not sure, because I know that game started later. Oh, Sizzling Hot Pressure. There we go. Just updated the brackets.
Nice.
So we're just waiting for some team members to come in. I have Chronick back with me this week.
Hi.
How are you, sir? Are you well? Are you good?
I'm maybe a little bit tired, but other than that, nothing better than a good bit of PvP to wake me up.
I think you say water. You got a glass
What?
of water in your hand.
Yeah, I need to hydrate.
And he needs to hydrate, everyone. It's important. Okay, so
Exactly.
we actually had 10 teams entering this evening. It was pretty good, actually. Pretty good turnout. So we had Your Goose is Cooked, Made in Kit, Zubzers, sorry. Not sure how to say it.
Wait, what?
Pardon me. Cement Slaps Machine. Okay, there must be something about that name. Sizzling Hot Pressure, Rice Squad, Red Team, who we saw last week. Various artists, We Don't Know Why. No, We Don't Know What to Do. And Anime Beauty Crew. Which is what they changed their name.
Yeah.
So we've got... in
Various
the semi-final-
artists back.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
interesting.
They've
And
actually gone
I
out,
think the
unfortunately.
name you couldn't pronounce looks very Polish.
Yeah, they've got an English flag though. Yeah, what's that? Oh well,
The British flags. Brits everywhere.
I don't know. Anyway,
Okay, but the teams are almost ready. At least we've got Salt already in the arena with the entire team. So let's start.
also
Get this going.
we are going to go quickly. Let's just put the stuff into the chat there so you can see exactly who's playing. So welcome everyone again, ESL Weekly Cup number 74. Red Team will be Salt. I'm going to quickly go through their builds, having a look first at Knight Junior, who's going to be playing a Shoutboy Warrior, not going for that point over in Reckless Dodge in Strength Tree for the Warrior. He's going to be going for Firmy as well as the Battle Standard for that res. Standard traits and utilities, it looks like nothing much different there. Going over the Frostball, who's going to be playing the Mesmer, the Bursty DPS build and spec, which is really, really good on this map. We've seen Frostball doing a fantastic job recently, going for the usual utilities as well as the Polymorph Mower. And nothing really that different. He is going for the Rune of the Pack on this build, though. We have seen people... We saw Halsev using Rune of Vampirism not too long ago.
We've seen
as well.
almost everyone using Rune of
Yes.
Vampirism.
It's very
It's just too strong.
not surprising at the moment, I guess.
No, not really.
Okay, so we're going to go over to Honey next. She's playing Staff Elementalist. Normally playing that build, pretty much not much else we see her on. Going over the traits now, nothing really that different in here, same utilities, and also she goes with that Glyph of Elementals as well as the Pirate Rune to get that that Pirate Bird, of course, which is actually quite nice. So she's got a couple of mobs there that can help her out, and she gets in trouble. Going over to Trebax as well. Him and Frostball are a really, really awesome combination. These guys have been a team to look out for. As well as Salt coming out and doing really a great job recently in ESL Weeklies and Go for Cups. So looking forward to see how they actually go up against Hot. And then finally we've got Carver, who's playing a Celestial Rifle Engineer. No doubt he's going with the same traits he normally does go for. Carver's really one of the main guys who goes into that Power Shoes trait. And it's all about the protection as well, because in my opinion, when you're running a bomb kit, this really is an ideal area to go to, because you're going to be on the points more probably, or even if you're, if you're planting your bombs down, you're putting yourself into a smaller area really. Of course, he's got the grenades if he does want to kite and run around, but when the extra protection is really, really nice. Other than that, he's going also for the elixir gun, which is not something we really see very much anymore either, but it is also very nice. And because of that on-point pressure as well, that automated medical response is also a great heal at that 25%. The threshold is 25%, yes. So that's the red team. Next, going to go over Sizzling Hot Pressure over on the blue.
Yes, and Sizzling Hot Pressure, of course, you might think, wait, haven't those guys merged with TCG? Yeah, Sizzling Hot Pressure apparently now a one of the Puck teams, one of the Super Puck teams, similar to Rom's not going to jail. Starting us off with Eternia, although, to be fair, it's almost entirely, it's pretty much hot plus blackjack.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
So,
that's it.
yeah. Starting us off with Eternia. Eternia going double dagger Celestial Elementalist with a Fire Great Sword for himself and Team Mobility. Then we have Reiju on a Hambo Warrior.
Okay.
Is pulling out the Hambo. We've seen it once before.
Saw
Hambo.
TCG recently, didn't we?
Yeah. I mean, you had some critique concerning that, didn't you?
About why? Oh, because it was quite good
about
as a
the
point
Hambo.
holder. Yeah, I mean, I think he's got the banner there, which is, because they've not got that Shadow Warrior in there, I think he's going to need to be in the team fights more, but, he's not doing as much support. Now, the reason he's gone for Hambo and he's not gone for Shouts is probably because they've got two Elementalists. That's too much sustain if they go for that. So at least, this is going to be a nice combination. You've got Reiju who comes in, he can get that Earthshaker off, and also those knockbacks with such abilities as Staggering Blow. And then if you can see C, we're going to see that DPS Pain Train team coming in and polishing off people quite well. If he's going to come in there with that Earthshaker, they're going to be able to do so much damage on top of that extra stun. It's just going to be horrible for their team to put up with. And he's got a lot of support. So we're going to see most likely Jiggly or Eternia looking after the back point. And even side nodes, you could even have that, that guy over in the mid with the DPS team just hanging around mid as well, going to the side nodes. They could actually control the map pretty well with this kind of setup.
Yeah, you could. Double Ellie on the outer points.
Yeah.
And then basically CC and full-on DPS the third point.
Exactly.
Could be doable. At least if they don't suddenly decide to focus the Power Ranger or the Thief. And while we're talking about Power Ranger, Draze on Foefire, of course he's on the Power Ranger. And he is also going for the Rune of Vampirism. So they're also a good option.
It's a really good option for him, actually.
Yeah.
Now he's got two big cooldowns. Well, two big cooldowns. I guess he is. He's not got any control over the second one. Unless he wants to get hit down to that low percentage, but yeah.
Okay, so last we have Blackjack on a double dagger Celestial Elementalist and Karzer on a dagger pistol Panic Strike Thief. So let's head into the game. The first one we're streaming, but it's not the first one of the day at all. We had 10 teams, now we're down to only 4, and 2 of them are gonna battle it out now. We have Hot on the blue side versus Salt on the red.
Well, actually, Red Team have actually done a good thing by sending 2 members over towards the close point, because they are going to get the cross of 2. Ten is actually going to come onto the node to contest that for a while. Probably could keep just 1v1 here. Knight Junior is going to go over to mid, doesn't want to have that outnumbered fight. You never want to try and have that quite early in the game, otherwise that will cause some problems. Over on the waterfall, we have got a 2v2 as Reiju starts to come into the point. Trebek starts to back off a little bit. We did see Frostball here as well. Karzis is actually doing a good job of trying to AoE cleave over in that Shadow Refuge as well that we saw coming out from Trebek. So a good start from both teams. The whole map is really contested. Good splits, I think, for everyone. But unfortunately, we've seen Draz's going down over towards the blue spawn, but managing to get up there.
I have to say, a Power Ranger is a surprisingly good person to tank away the first bit of burst. As we've seen now. Just pull the invo, and after that, well, you can at least tank it for a little while. And it was enough for the reinforcements to come in. Sadly, not quite enough to keep the point. Honey picked that one up. Karzen now trying to look for the target, trying to look for the very low Draze. Trying to look for the Trebex, not his own teammate. But we are going to see Draze probably down already. The Moa on Reiju, so no res and no banner coming out there. That has been kind of the thing that Frostball does now. Immediately, if somebody goes down, Moa the Shoutbow. Yeah. Or in this case, the Hambo, but still with a better standard.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a good point. And those targets are normally the ones to pick up quite early. People want to take out that shout bow. Well, the bow. The flipping battle standard warrior, we'll call it for now. Quite early, so good job for them.
The
that was actually
standard
really
warrior. Now you're reducing him to
I know. Sorry, Reiju. Jaws is stealthed here over on the side. Nice. Might be able to pin down Karzes with some nice... Sorry, Karzes. did see Trebek's getting out there. I got confused as well. Kaz's goes into the down state, just stealth, comes out of it. We're going to see Jigglypuff trying to get for the res. He does get that successfully off, and they're going to start to just regroup a little bit over on one side of the node. They need to try and get together to heal up, which is what they did. And now Jiggly's just going to kind of stay on point, trying to kite around, with Jiraza's just ranges from afar with a longbow.
And we actually now saw the split we talked about earlier. No, we didn't quite. Well, we had 2 allies on the side points, but one was from the other team. So, never mind on that one. Honey, by the way, while we're talking about Elementalist, taking care of the door already, is really just opting for the backpoint defense. No real action there, especially with the staff Elementalist. You'd think she maybe want to get into the action there and stay on the side and just support with the ridiculous long range that the staff ally has.
As soon as, normally with these guys, as soon as
there
Knight,
we go.
Yeah, as soon she needs to now because Knight's down. The reason that Knight was there over her is the fact that they've got the banner. If he'd used that banner on, then they probably would have actually switched out, just because, you know, his usefulness is not completely over, because obviously he's removing conditions and whatnot and doing a good job there, but he's not got that massive utility, and then he can go over so close. They do that quite a lot. But unfortunately, he went down there, so some issues happening. Honey now has to withdraw back over towards the waterfall as the point has been decapped. Looks like they might actually pick up quite an early free cap here. 4 minutes into the game, we've got the concession still going over on the quarry. I think Carver might get this. No, he's not going to get it because we've actually got Eternia in that armor of earth just as that bomb goes down, of course. He didn't want to actually dodge it, just choosing that stability. Rather than to actually dodge it there, of course. So Eternia is fine on this node, and we can see Reiji coming in as well. And Carver's just going to escape here. Should be able to do quite well at doing that. And yeah, Handbow Warrior versus the Engineer isn't a fun thing at all.
I have to say, I think all of this kind of fell apart with Honey being at the close point. Just staying there. We had one person missing. With Honey there to even support from long range, they would have had a lot of a much better chance in the mid-fight. But this way, mid-fight fell apart, and after that it just rode over the entire map. They lost 3 people in the mid-fight, and then afterwards Hot could just plus one fight, and then afterwards it fell apart. Even Carver isn't quite able to sustain it against a Power Ranger and another person.
I mean, they did such a great job at the start when they killed, when they got Drazziz down. But the thing is, you know, it was quite close to their spawn, so they could just regroup quite quickly, and they weren't able to take advantage of getting a kill very across the map. They didn't get to support Quarry that well, unfortunately, either. So, you know, there's definitely still in the game. We've got 1 point decap now as well. Everyone's starting to bunker really over on this node. Well, Honey and Carver anyway. Very, very, very sustainable builds. Over here on the mid, we've got Trebek's trying to challenge now against Drazziz. We saw Kaz's just taken out towards the actual red respawn there. We do see a portal dropped as well for the escape, possibly by, most likely by Frostball, because he is the only Elementalist. Elementalist? Wow,
Elementalist?
Jesus, what's the matter with me today?
Yeah, Trebek actually did a pretty good job of just basically perma-dodging into range of Draza. He was quite far away from him and pretty much in open ground, but just a quick swap over to the short bow and dodge a couple of times, and then that's safe, and they brought him down, but it's not quite enough. If there's a refuge, yeah, 3-person res. Oh, Trebek's going through the portal. There is the safety portal. Honey not quite fast enough, even with the lightning flash there, to get back into the portal and maybe try and contest mid there. Now the double cap still stands, but the aggression waterfall seems pretty good.
Yeah, and even Karzez starts to cut off Trebek's there. He actually knew, you know, he knew who was coming, so he's just watching to cut that guy off. Honey actually came in for the nice support as well, and she's going to roll back onto the midpoint to try and get that decap. She's going to be successful in that, and we are going to see over towards the quarry as well. Did see Drazziz get that? Reiju just able to take out Carver over there towards the gate, and massive downs coming out over on the waterfall here for Red Team.
Yeah, really good. Guys. Taking out 2 Elementalists, that's going to be worth a lot. Now they can really push it over the map, and I think they should go for the 3rd point now. They haven't even secured one of the 2 points here, but they are going to pick up the double cap anyways. I think the pressure for the 3rd point, if not just go for the kill. That could also be a possibility, and maybe Kaza is that kill. He tries to escape, has a has the poison on him, but has the Shadow's Embrace for that, of course. Oh, and there we see the Vampirism Rune saving him. Withdraw immediately afterwards, kind of gives him a bit of a safer health pool afterwards. And now Drazé and Frostbow in a bit of a 1v1. Kaze there to help. And we see the invul being pulled up, but the next attack should probably bring him down. But the counter pressure on Kaze forces him to retreat. Double cap stands, and that's looking good. But Frostball, down Frostball, could be dangerous. Honey with a safe rest there. Cover for the assistant. No, Trevex for the assistants. Now he needs to be very careful.
Yeah, now he's ranging. He needs to put that pressure onto Drazé. So that's a really, really good point. He's got that great sword out. He's starting to just do a bit of range damage, but Drazé's actually come down onto the point as well to drop some extra damage himself, because he is in the down state. Not going to be massively amazing there for Trevex, unfortunately, as he's taken out of this game here. And the rest of the red team need to try and hold this point. They've got Carver, and they've also got Honey on this node, so that's not too bad. They can sustain it well. No, Carver is going to start to go for that decap on the quarry. Again, like you said before, I think they should, like when you said, oh, they should potentially go for that, you know, the decap, or at least try and get the kill quite quickly. That didn't really happen again in the end. Not really able to take advantage quickly of the outnumbered situation, especially killing 2 elementalists on the opposite team. And they seem to have really actually lost out on the map.
Yeah.
Because Frostball, you know, he's out of the game. We've still got 5 players on the map for the boost.
You might argue that they would have risked the double cap, the 2 cap with that aggression, but they were pretty sure. Facing up against, okay, maybe the Hambo is a bit of a problem, but against a Thief and a DPS guard, if you push with 4 people, that's easy prey. Just push forth, get the kills, and then you're probably going to pick up Quarry anyways, and if not, you still get 2 downs from that.
Look at Drazé's just using the kind of vantage point over next to the waterfall there. Excuse the water. We know there's been a bit of a flood here. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, that's so weird. So weird.
Honey just used that drainage problems. Exactly. Yeah. Honey was able to use that portal to get out of mid with Frostball there to actually get the res. Misform through that portal is so nice as well, you know, it's really, really great, especially if you've got that Misform for the Vampirism Rune as well. Trevex using that Shadow Refuge in the nice corner there is good, with exactly where Drazé was actually positioned. He's going to regenerate here slowly just to get back on the side. He's actually going to pick up, wow, we're really fighting in some interesting areas. I'm trying to get a good angle in this kind of caved area. We are going to see actually Trevex going down there against Drazé, and also we're going to see Eternia coming in there for the extra cleave and support. No res. I don't think I've ever had this camera angle in this part of the game map before, ever. Jigglypuff here as well. They can easily sustain this node. It's quite difficult for the DPS team to come in here for red and actually pick anything up, to be fair.
Yes, wanted to say, it almost looked like Honey wanted to go there and keep the neutral. That would have not been a good idea. But now, oh nice, Carver's there. Carver's there to contest the waterfall, and he is probably going to get the decap. We've seen that quite often, that he's able to do that. Honey now against 3 people in mid. Frostball there on the side. No, now, are they now pushing over to Quarry? That'd be a curious choice. No, they're just fighting the 1v1s on the side points. Only problem is, in that time, they still give the double cap over to HOT. They might just need a bit more pressure somewhere. Maybe they can roll over the map after the fact of the mid fight, if they get the outnumbered situation there. Drazé down. Kaze could be a good next target, but Trevex needs to be very careful. Even the down Drazé, and the doggy is rezzing. A man's best friend coming to the rescue.
Drazé's best friend indeed. So just as he's been raised, we're going to see them go back and submit. So then, you know, they didn't get the full advantage there. They need to get on the midpoint before it gets decapped. Good job from the red team. They need to try and keep a point capped in their favour, because they need to hit 350 to go to the Lord, or at least have a point in their favour while they go for it. Now Drazé's just kind of, you know, being in a good position here to try and range on the top, but Frostball sees him straight away, trying to get some nice shatter damage off with the Great Sword knockback number 5. We are going to see some, look at that support coming out from Eternia. The really, really good job from him. Although Frostball is still trying to pursue here. Drazé is trying to line of sight, using that 5th skill to destroy and kill all of his clones and his actual DPS there. Because while he does that, of course, he's, you know, not able to actually get those clones off all those shatters. So that cleave is good. Going to see the portal now as Honey moves over towards the waterfall. Good job from Frostball, actually. Good sustain. Yeah, that's a really good job. Look at the point score. We've got 2 points contested.
They're trying to get the most of it. They're trying to get the most of it, but maybe maybe they're actually sacrificing Honey. Honey already down, the focus is good. Frostball couldn't really come to the assistance. Maybe pick up Jose to get rid of the first bit of pressure there on the midpoint afterwards, because we don't really have any defense. Curious that two people are actually moving towards... Okay, maybe the rest on the turn here from Raichu. Maybe. Oh, Battle Stand is going to come up in a second. Are we going to see the interrupt? There comes the interrupt again, and they're trying to damage down. It's going to be back up and ready. No, now he's not even trying anymore because we have too much damage and probably also the poison on there. Raichu now retreating. Double cap coming out, but only 50 points to go. This is getting close, but they're going to approach 350. This is a Lord Rush or it's over.
Yeah, they need to go now. Definitely. But the thing is, Frostball's gone and dead. Oh no, banner comes out. Random awkward banner on the side of the wall there, on the side of the cliff, and we are going to see that banner coming out. This is the last opportunity. They need to leave. They need to leave the map and go for Lord. Frostball needs to get his portal up and going. Has he got the cooldown? He still has
a bit of cooldown. Now he can pull it. Now he can pull it. He's probably going to pull it and then go.
He's not making
He needs to put it down and then go. Just go. Don't get the current Raichu. You're not going to win this without a Lord Rush. Portal is dropped. Frostball is on the move.
3 points over. They have literally no time for this. That movement
they're still getting points. Mid is back in.
Oh, they've got the mid. No, Frostball's not going to go for
and the decap. We're seeing the decap on the waterfall, and that is going to give them some room. Now they might...
20 points?
Just... Oh god, that is close. Nobody's going to pick up one of the side points of the blue team. Red team is still on the map. We've got Carver picking up the waterfall there. They have a bit of a safety route there. It's going to be really difficult.
This is ridiculous. And they've got the 2 cap on the map. That's stupid. If they get this, I can't believe that. That is really patient. But look at the support coming out from the blue team. They can cleave face over here. Frostball's so low as well. It's not going to be great for them. They've already lost team members. Honey is down. That's a big supportive character down on the map. And really, the Lord is almost a full HP. But let's remember, they might win just on kills here, to be honest. If they push anyone else into this node here.
100 points. Well, they still need to keep them busy. They need to keep the blue team off the map. They need to somehow keep them off the map and not get the decap and give them time to reposition themselves. Frostball is on the midpoint. Damn.
That's the other thing.
Not damn because I'm sided with one of the teams, but damn because I just wanted to build up the hype.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry.
So sad.
I wouldn't normally destroy it. You know, I'm like, I would never normally destroy it, but...
Yeah, and blue team knows it.
They didn't really have that element of surprise because that was the only thing they could do to get back into the game. Because
the 3-cap would have done it.
If they had it, when they went for the Lord, possible. I still think they would have just been out of range there, actually. No, maybe very, very close. But in the end, it was quite a close game. No teams hitting 511 points off for blue. Good game as we go into the second map, which is going to be the Temple.
Oh yes, always interesting, always loving this in the Weekly Cup.
Yeah, I love this map, man. I think it's actually a really, really fun map. Could you ask them to just ready up as soon as possible?
Yeah.
That would be awesome, brother.
What?
I don't know. I'm in a random mood. That's the way it goes. Right, Eho. So, having a look at the chat, we have 165 people in here so far this evening. Spread the word. ESL Weekly Cup number 74 is with you today. First semi-final. The top bracket is going to be Salt versus Sizzling Hot Pressure.
What a match it is. What a match it is. I really like it that... I mean, okay, it's a bit of a puck, but to be honest, it's basically the old hot, and Blackjack is not going to screw up that much of the... Just because he's new. It's not going to screw up much of the communication between the players. It's still 4 people who are really used to each other. So even though it's a slight bit of a puck, you still can't underestimate that team. And Salt, Salt really having a good performance on this one, and I'm liking it that they're not going back immediately to their, one day we're just stomping one of the best teams in the world, and then the next day we're getting farmed by pucks. That was kind of the way Salt went for quite a while. Very, very day dependent. Yeah, but now it seems that they found their groove.
Yeah, it's calmed down a hell of a lot, actually. is looking good for these guys. They've been doing a fantastic job recently, but you know they're against some epic players here, and like you said, you know, really a team of guys who have been playing together for a considerable amount of time. So it's going to be interesting to see how they can combat that in this game. I think they started to do a lot better towards the end of the match. I mean, the thing is, Kazes and Drazir were just, you know, doing a good job at just countering Frostball and also Trebax in different points. You don't normally see those guys have too many issues at being, you know, kind of countered almost to a degree, which in that fight they were kind of dying a fair bit. But also they did their fair share of nice damage around the map and also getting kills. And actually using the portal play, Frostball as an example, getting Honey up a couple of times there with the portal as well as other members, just getting them out, evacuating, but not really using it offensively too much in that game. And I think towards the end of the last game as well, they could have been a little less obvious with what was going to be done. With that portal, just when it came to that time of the game, you know what was going to happen. It was just kind of inevitable, really.
I mean, most of the time, you can kind of quickly react to a lot, but really that second of surprise is really worth it if you're going for the lot, and then that can really make a defense crumble. But this was just so inevitable that they were just, prepared for it. Okay. There's no other way, then you can kind of guess, they're going lot. They're going lot. Let's keep an eye on that and be ready. And they were. They definitely were. And Drazir now on an engineer.
Let's go over to Drazir. Wow. Okay. I don't see him on NG much.
No. That's one of the classes he hasn't really picked up that much. Maybe also Thief.
Okay, fine. Maybe he's just showing off now. He's doing that kind of thing. Standard build really here, going for the Rune of Vampirism, which is what we're normally picking up here for the engineers now. Other than actually Carver on the other side. He's going to be going into Power Wrench and going with the speedy kits, and just as a comparison versus Carver, he's gone for the power shoes for the extra speed there, as well as the extra protection and that extra heal at 25%. He can 1v2 for a considerable amount of time, a little bit more than the other engineer, although he does have that vampirism rune. Of course, you can use those toolbox skills. I like the way I've actually started to play the Elixir S myself with the Vampirism rune, just because it is so bloody useful for getting away and getting out of hell. Just picked a different word there because I was trying not to swear. But yeah, so that's actually a really fun combo to use. But you know, there is Slick Shoes, which is normally the thing you trade out for it. But Slick Shoes is also very, very powerful. You know, that knockdown is ridiculous. Yeah, it is. So we'll see how.
And it's always really entertaining to see once we have the first down, engineers just walking around the corpse.
That's true. That's the thing, though. It's like, you know, grenades are just. They obviously use this from an afar kind of kiting tool, as well as just literally at their feet. So it's, you know, almost like bombs, but it's not really actually producing any combo fields other than the poison field, of course, which normally goes on the ground.
And to be honest, you pointed out that Carver isn't playing the Vampirism. I don't know if that would work that well with his playstyle, with the and in combination with the bomb kit.
No, you want to be on
the Vampirism. The Vampirism rune. For that, you're trying to get out of that fight. Then Carver doesn't get out of fights. He sustains and then he dies like a man.
He does, yeah. That's actually a really good point about the Vampirism rune, because you're completely right, you know. And he wants that minus 20% condition duration, because if he normally, most of the time, he's going to be going up against an Ellie, right? So there's going to be burning on him, there's going to be chill, there's going to be other conditions on him as well. Doom, poison as well, if that's what they're running. Yeah, Jiggly is running that, and so is Eternia. That's kind of fairly standard for most elementalists at the moment. So, yeah, I mean, that's what he wants to use, and that's a really good point, Nick. Well done, sir. We're just waiting for the.
I wanna see Vampirism again on maybe Denji wants to give another try to the Fresh Air Alley.
Vampirism room on Fresh Air.
Yeah.
That's doable.
I mean, one of the problems with Fresh Air is that you're kind of screwed if you get caught. Vampirism just gives you that one last chance, one more chance.
Ditch of Hope. Don't even
Ditch
know
of
if
hope.
Ditch your hope. That's almost the phrase to use sometimes when you're in that kind of situation. Okay. Not sure what is going on at the moment for these guys.
Eternia says he has to think.
We are all ready.
Yeah, I think they know we're ready.
They do indeed. Just patient.
Oh, the smack talk.
Oh, good lord.
I love the chat sometimes.
Yeah, it happens in pugs, guys. It happens in top teams in Guild Wars 2 sPVP over in EU as well.
Happens
so
everywhere.
no surprise there. Just as we're going into the map, we're looking forward to seeing what's going. If you're coming into the chat and you're thinking, guys, what the hell's going on? I'll tell you what the hell's going on. This is the ESL Weekly Cup. We changed the rotation. That's what's going on. First map.
Indubitably.
Indubitably, indeed. That's what he said. Or she did. And also, what happens is we've done a map rotation change to bring in some different tactics. Legacy of the Foefire, it will be Temple, which is the map we're on now. And then we have Forest. It just brings out some different tactics. Temple is a nice comeback mechanic map as well as Foefire, so it can cause some nice upsets here and there, so it's pretty good. I do like this rotation. Also, you know, we have just had the Stronghold on Wednesday. On the Tuesday, depending on where you're coming from. It was kind of spread over both days. I hope everyone had fun in that. If you want to talk about it in the chat, let us know what you thought about Stronghold. Show us your opinions and options and what you think maybe could be done in a different way.
I just because I can. Kaze suddenly wrote something in French. I thought, hell, why not tell them to finally play the game in Japanese?
Everyone can see me typing.
Ah, too bad, but now we're gonna get started. It took a while. Let's see if the wait was worth it. We are on the second map, currently 1 win, going over to HOT. Let's see if Saul can maybe bring us into a third round on Temple of the Silent Storm.
Indeed, so, whoa, Blue committing fully to the midpoint at the moment. They just want to kill Jigglypuff. Insta-mower onto Jiggly over on the mid. Blue have definitely got that point, although Red have done the same thing. We've got 3 players coming over towards the Zerk this node. Carver does get the protection off, of course, as we go into his perspective there. Still got that protection up, probably gets another tick as well. But the thing is, the burst is coming in, it's so strong, he's got so many conditions that even that minus 20%, 10% or so condition duration, oh Jesus, I forgot what it was on the whole
CC 20
isn't going to help him, and he's going to go down. So blue team, as soon as they committed so many people to mid, they really needed to send someone back, but they have rotated well over onto the third node, which is they should be able to probably get this as well. Frostball does a nice knockback over onto Jiggly there, but the problem is they've got no sustain on the point, whereas red team have got Jigglypuff and also they've got Reiju, so they're going to have a lot of problems here. Look at red team coming in as well. Kaze's coming in as well as Draze there. And that's going to be so much consistent damage and health.
Aggressive game.
Yeah.
Damn it. And we just saw a perfect example of that. Okay, Moa is nice to have, but you don't really need that if you can just perma CC Carver. That was quite nice to see. He spent more time on the ground there than standing upright. But now he's still getting the decap there. Nice CC with the immobilizer and the the cripple of course on Eternia. Doesn't quite manage to get on the point. Already used the lightning flash to get there in the first place. Though the decap coming in as soon as they have the cap on the temple. So nice switch around here from the side of wait, did they switch sides?
Pretty much. Well, they sorry, they actually literally switched sides. We just saw the battle standard coming out there.
Did you fix that on the overlay?
Yep.
Okay, good. Just want to double
with
check.
it. I'm with it. I'm there. So some nice play happening over on the waterfall over here. Tony's going to go into the downstate, so he uses Faithful to get onto the node as soon as possible. That's not going to really help them out, unfortunately, because the pointer has been capped as he did that movement. And over on the mid, we've got Honey going into the downstate, unfortunately. She's not going to be raised up. She's just performing over to the side of the node as well. trying to just distance herself from the cleave and maybe getting into it herself. So if anyone does wander into that, small amount of damage will come onto those guys. Knight's just been knocked over. Nice CC coming out from, I do believe, I'm not sure who that was, just then need to get knocked back. So I suspect Drazer, and he's going to go into the downstate as well. Blue team are considerably wiping over here on this node. Two consistent members of their team are down.
I think the red team actually did Knight a favor just there. Because he might have pressed the wrong button. Nobody was in downstate. We only had Honey already finished. And he started to want to pull the banner down for some reason, but that got interrupted, so he still has to cooldown. Would have wasted a banner there.
Awesome, good job. Well, I think he interrupted himself, maybe. Just
no, he actually got interrupted.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah. Wow, so that was lucky. Good thing. Maybe, I mean, it's just unfortunate, you know, sometimes it does happen. We've seen a couple of banner misplays recently as well, you know. That panic of just like, shall I? The elements of this is kind
of... damage.
Yeah, please live. We've seen Stillness popping up as well over towards the mid. We've got Eternia versus Knight Jr. as well. They can sustain that for quite a long time. Eternia not got the staff, so he can't really knock back at all, and neither can Knight. So this is just, well, he can knock back. He's got the updraft, but if he's not really any close to either of these edges, he's not going to get knocked down at all. So that's probably going to go for a while, unless one of the engineers can come up here and kind of get that sorted. Jigglypuff is down over towards the temple point at the moment. They're forming up to the top there, and we're going to see Frostball just distortion as he tries to protect himself and drop some cleave damage over onto Jiggly to make sure that he's not going to get res there.
Now a good push over to the temple. We see just the contestant. Moa comes out already. He's gonna go down quickly already. Half the cap is gone. Well, are they actually gonna be able to do it? Oh, he's off point and he gets CC. Doesn't dodge on point in time. That decap coming out in Trebex as the pain train should be able to take care of this warrior quite quickly. He's trying to get out. Is somebody gonna chase? The kill on him would of course be good. Then he won't be able to reinforce the midpoint, and that might just be the next point of attack. We saw the Stillness come out. Who actually got it? Nobody's points.
I didn't actually see.
Oh, there we go.
It was blue team. Yeah, we'd think they just switched the nodes over. They didn't have a point, so we didn't actually see when they got it. So in all honesty, it didn't really help them too much, although now it's starting to bring them back into the game. It's giving them 4 cap at the moment, actually. They've got the 2 side nodes, so that's a really good comeback mechanic. They're just about to take the lead as well, as we're in Frostbow's perspective at the moment, using that distortion to get out of the point, as there is a ton of cleave on that node at the moment. Trebex and also Frostball doing a nice job against the tanky builds of Sizzling Hot Pressure now, as Honey comes in for the great support, using that static field there to get some separation and actually get a stun. You saw Frostball and also Trebex just move in just as that static field was just dropped on the point, able to get Drazer quite well as well over on the temple. Now they can move out, probably moving towards mid. Carver low HP as well, as he starts to distance himself using that Elixir Gun 4 and then dropping a heal down at the top. Reiju is off node.
That is very good. He pulled him out a bit. If he could have gotten a bit of CC on him. He's trying to do it again. He's trying to get him further away from the point so the blue team can engage afterwards. They're basically first starting to go on an empty point, and then people are just trying to get on the point somehow to keep it capped, and that gives you a better opening to pick someone out. They might just not look for the good engage, but just want to get on the point somehow. Raichu already has been the target for that one. Cooldown's pretty much out. We still have the balance stands up, but he should fall in just a matter of seconds. Line of sight there is not really able to be attacked by Frostball, who is in a pretty good position, but nope, Raichu is safe.
He's got a parrot on his back, Nick.
A parrot.
It's important stuff. He's still on 2k HP, and he's probably going to be okay unless someone could get some burst on him, which is what I was about to say. Which is what Frost did. Mirror Blade and a little bit of a shatter there comes out onto Reiju. Good, nice.
Honey's going to get a free tranquility.
No way.
Yes, she is. There we go. Triple cap coming out, and the blue team is almost prepared. We do have Carver on the midpoint. No, don't leave Carver. You have the double cap, but he could get so much more out of that. Now he's leaving until it's decapped and going on point. He is... There was just a miscommunication. He should have stayed on point and potentially even died for it, because Honey is gonna go out of there anyways. And we also have nobody on the temple, so that really didn't bring them that much. They of course got the decap on the mid a bit easier than they would have, and they can sustain the neutral for quite a while. but it's going to be 1 point for 1 point in a second again.
I mean, the thing is there is that I think, you know, the problem is that she got the kind of almost free cap down there of the Tranquility, yeah, but they had lost Frostball already up top, and this could really snowball into Red's favour. This is the map where, you know, did see the more banner coming out there as well, sorry, just saying that and interrupting myself. But I just wanted to say about, you know, sometimes it's not always the best thing to go for Tranquility, you know, because if you've already got one player less on the map, you're going to be outnumbered if you go down for it. So you're risking a lot by going for that Tranquility, especially if someone else is down there and you're 1v1ing and you're, what, 4v3 on the rest of the map. So it's going to be tough for you to come back. Although they've sustained the lead, they've still got a lead at the moment, blue team. Slow game, actually. We're going to see another stillness coming out at 5 minutes and 30 seconds. And then we're going to see the next Tranquility with the stillness at 2:30. I think we might see that 2:30 buff, actually.
2:30 is rare. It's really rare. Kazuma picked up on the side, and just as he puts down the refuge, Frostball and Trevex get him down on the side, so he's out of it. Wait, no, he's actually back. Wait, how is he back alive? Oh, he rallied on Knight Jr. Never mind on that one. Lost track of him. So now Carver also trying to escape from them. They kind of lost that double auto point cap coming in. They're picking up. So I think the positioning is gonna go maybe a slight attack over on the temple to try and get the advantage, as only Dreze is going to go over there, but they already need to think about the positioning for the buff.
Yeah, exactly. We've got 30 seconds left. Blue team to try and pick up stillness, which is going to spawn over here on the mid, and to try and pick up the equal cap, of course. That will only be for a short amount of time, but red team are coming back very quickly now as they start to get kills. As we go over into the temple to have a look what's going on over there. Trebek's in the down state, unfortunately. I'm not sure we're going to have any help coming out because no one's really had to support other than Frostball, and no one else is coming in very quickly. And Frostball's also going to drop there into the downstate. Red team will defend that node well. And we're going to see actually blue team coming over towards the altar now. Reiju versus
that is going to give them the advantage for the Tranquility, or for the stillness already. Kaze picking that up, no problem. And now 4 points every 2 seconds. Ticket for the red team, almost getting the decap on the midpoint. This looks like it really turned around for Hot's favor here.
Yeah, honeys, the problem is that, you know, they kept losing people on the map. They've had 4 people on the map for a while now. We can see Frostball trying to come into the mid. Now, this kind of 1v1 fight between the two warriors really meant that the team had to rotate there to get their support in terms of their banners. So I'm not sure I agree with both of them going with Knight going into that point. Maybe Carver going over there first really to try and get the decap, and then initiating a team fight over on one of the other side nodes would have been a better idea. But I think this is the beginning of the end with the 2 side nodes and the stillness cap there. I don't think we're going to see that final Tranquility buff at 2 minutes 30. They're just powering ahead at the moment. Red team doing a great job of coming back into this map.
Yeah, that's just a bit too much standard, and you can see, oh, now the triple cap being picked up. It was really not worth it to 30 seconds before the stillness comes up, go for another engage. You really have to be sure you're going to win this, otherwise you're going to go with 1 down and suddenly 1 more objective on the map. That is something you can't really handle, so maybe just take a little bit of a breather. Try and fall back to a point, and maybe if you see aggression from the enemy team, then try and pick someone out who moves out of position. But really, the aggression on that point was a difficult move there, difficult thing to pull off.
Indeed. So, unfortunately, we're going to see Salt out of this round of the ESL Weekly Cup, and out of the cup completely, as we do come back into the cams and have a look at our awesomely amazing faces. Let's do that. Hello, faces. We're back. Okay, so...
hello, faces.
If I say it, then I'll switch it. That's what I'm trying to work, because of last week on the go for when I didn't switch the cam for about 30 seconds.
To be honest, accidentally having the game in other faces, not that much of a mistake.
It's the other way.
Accidentally having our faces while the game is on, well, that's another story.
You can see our game faces.
Game faces.
I had some in the chat as well. Some people saying, I thought this cup was for new teams. It's for any teams. There is actually a lot of teams not playing in this, such as like Orange Logo, TCG, and whatnot. And we have had a ton of new teams. So if you do exclamation mark and then brackets You will see what new teams have been playing tonight. Tons of new teams, as well as some old names as well.
Yeah, various artists.
Indeed. Coming back a bit there as well. Saw them once recently as well. But yeah, very rare to see those guys coming back in. But we are going to go to a break. Just 5 or so minutes, I hope, as we get these teams into the map and we see how we're going to go. We're getting that started and going soon. So stick with us. We do have, if I update the brackets very quickly... Sizzling Hot Pressure versus Red Team. Red Team won last week, I think. Yes. So we're going to see the winners of last week, potentially, maybe, seeing if they can come up and win this week's cup. So, we will see you very soon. Take care. Don't go away for too long. Bye. Hello everyone and welcome back to the ESL Weekly Cup number 74. Nick got a nice, beautiful countdown there, which I'm sure he admires.
And I would have said so if I hadn't forgotten to unmute myself. Hi!
If you hadn't forgotten to say thank you.
Thank
Is that
you.
what you meant?
Did I? Can you elaborate?
I don't know. The screen is very small at the moment on my second one there. Okay,
Too bad.
The brackets were wrong for a little bit of time there over on the stream. They were just being updated and we've got a bit of a delay as well. So it is Sizzling Hot Pressure versus Red Team. So this is going to be an
Red
interesting...
team. Let me guess. They're on the blue side.
Yeah, of course they are. It's just the way it works as people game into the arena. Also, being the bottom.
And their tech is blue. Oh, really?
Yeah, I know. It's beautiful.
Guys, why?
It's beautiful. Check out the...
oh yeah, change map.
Oh yeah, we do have to do that. Always forget about that one.
Okay.
Good Lord,
So red team, the winners of last time. Last time they actually, if I remember correctly, won against Your Goose is Cooked, right?
Sorry about that. I was just changing the map. What did you say?
I think red team won against Your Goose is Cooked in the last weekly.
In the last weekly?
Yes, they did. Yes, they did. And then lost to Anime Beauty Crew.
Yeah.
Which, this time around, they were apparently able to beat. Advance on to the finals of this Weekly Cup. Now they're facing off against Hot.
That's right. I got mixed up, actually, for last week's results. That's my bad.
Oh.
So many cups happen. I've been full strong mode. Yeah, stronghold mode
Yes.
full
Yes.
of awesomeness
Yeah. Almost a sentence.
with life.
Okay.
No? I've had a random day. I'll explain later if I play with anyone in the stream and whatnot.
Yeah.
But it's been an odd day today for me. So I apologise that I'm not completely with it, but sometimes you might be quite...
Are we ever on the Weekly Cup?
The Weekly Cup's always a little bit random. I think it's the extra shine that's on my head today that's really kind of doing it.
To be honest, I think most of the time that we actually are more entertained by the randomness we do on the Weekly Cup than any of the viewers. But by a big margin. But
Probably.
well, shoutcasters need to have fun as well.
Especially when Nick starts turning his camera upside down and pretending that it's upside down, and I'm freaked out when I look back. It's like, Nick, what's up? What's happening in the world? I'm so scared.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretending to just dangle from the ceiling is entertaining.
We are going to go into the game, however. Scoreboard is all lined up, ready to go. We're waiting for teams to ready up, but quickly we're going to go over the blue team, have a look at guns and tools first. Yeah. He's going to be playing a Celestial Rifle Engineer, going for the Elixir Gun instead of the Slick Shoes. Traits-wise, he's dipped into the Power Wrench, of course, rather than Leg Mods, or also going in further into Alchemy there. So he's picked up the Backpack Regenerator, not going for that extra protection in Alchemy, but, of course, like I just said, going for Power Wrench. Renner! Seen doing some nice action from Renner last week. Is going to be playing a bit of a different build here. Is he going to be playing a bit of a different build? Oh, he's going to be playing SD.
Oh, and that's a different SD build. Yeah.
He's gone for improvisation.
Really? 2 points for improvisation?
What was the... Oh, acrobats. I can't remember the traits. What the trait was, the last one it was acrobats, wasn't it?
Yeah, normally if you go 6 in acrobatics, it's... damn. I should know this. I don't really play SD.
I can't remember.
I should know this. Well, we do have pain and response, vigorous recovery, and for some reason I want to say fleet of foot. That's something.
Okay. That's fine. But the point is, he's gone for improvisation instead.
Yeah.
So stealing
I don't think
recharges all
it's worth
skills of one type, etc. Deal bonus damage when wielding a bundle. But he's going to be going for the pack rune here as well. Did we see someone playing SD with vampirism rune? I think I saw someone playing with recently as well. Can't remember who that was, but that would have been even more annoying and less damage orientated. So I'm not sure that would have been an awesome idea. Going for the infiltrator signet there instead of the blinding powder. We're going to go over to next. We're going to go over to the DPS guardian, and that's going to be lucidity inverted. Wow. That name.
What?
Seriously? Okay, we're going to be going for obviously the Hammer, Medi Guardian. He's going for the Rune of Vampirism now as well, so everyone's on the train for that one. Using those virtues as well when he's in that mist form as well. It's going to be quite nice as he can heal himself and remove some conditions and whatnot, and also gain some stability when he comes out of that, as you can see from the Indomitable Courage and also Absolute Resolution. When you use that, you use obviously for Courage, you get the stability, and the Absolute Resolution is going to be for the Comedy removal as well. So it's nice survivability as well if he comes out, and there's so much cleave as well as conditions, and also people who can knock him down or interrupt him in different ways. It's going to be quite useful. Curve going to be going for the Double Dagger Elementalist, no doubt. Actually, he's on his little Asura today. There we go, cute. Utilities fairly, everything's as usual. Going for the Conjuring Firing Greatsword as well, and then we're going over to Amsterdam finally. He's going to be playing Shutway Warrior. He's not going to go for the extra points over there in the strength for the Reckless Dodge. Instead, he's going to go for Distraction of the Empowered. So we're just waiting for the guys to ready up as we go into the final of the ESL Weekly Cup, number 74. And you look pensive.
Okay. Okay. Do I?
I don't know.
No. I was actually waiting on the chat to correct us with the last trade there.
No one did.
No one did.
Wow. Come on, guys.
Come on. In the Go
right
4, I'd have like 5 whispers saying I'm a noob already.
Okay, this guy.
Where's your enthusiasm?
Double check. He's got 8-3. He's missing Power of Inertia.
What?
I don't know. I'm seeing I just had a look at some builds quickly. I don't know. Anyway,
okay.
Going into the game.
Hold on to your points.
Why not? So we have a look at the splits. The first game of the ESL Weekly Cup, number 74. Having a look at blue team. Looks like they're going for looks like they're going to go push 2. Oh no, they're going to push 4. Or they're stealthing actually to go into mid as well, as we have a look at those guys. Yes, there we go. They're just stealthing in a different area. So not being as obvious with that Shadow Refuge there. As we go into Amsterdam's perspective, is he's going to be that midpoint bunker. Having a look over the quarry now, so we're going to have the 1v1 between Drazes and also Curve here on this point. He's coming into the node, doing quite a lot of damage himself, as Guns and Tools picks up the waterfall. Eternia returning to mid to bunker up that node as well. So fairly even-ish, although we've got this contestation going on over on the quarry still between, Drazes is just standing there, hammering down onto Curve, who's actually having a lot of problems versus this DPS of Drazes. Now, it's not too bad of an actual matchup if Drazes can get that nice burst damage off, because Elementalists can't recover too well from that. And unfortunately, we've seen Renner going into the downstate as he tries to retreat back, and we're going to see Curve just leaving the node now as he's going to be in a 1v2. Renner has some problems versus Karzes over towards the mid there.
Yeah, Renner actually engaged with like 10% HP, so it was a bit risky in general, but sometimes on a thief you want to do that if you're sure you're going to get the kill. I think also with Basilisk Venom, but that didn't quite work out. But now the payback. Karzes down on the side, the damage is just going to bring him down. Oh, the Battle Standard kind of saves him. Jigglypuff for the hard press, bringing Kaza back up, and on the side, of course, Drazé just with the long range damage coming out from the Power Ranger, almost bringing Curve down. That was a very, very close save. Nice line of sight on the side. We have the double auto point cap for the red team actually. Reiner only now there to pick that back up, to pick up the quarry, so swapping the points here. Drazé already trying to do something against that in a 1v1 normally. A thief can definitely beat the Power Ranger if he gets the good engage. And he did. He comes. Yeah. Oh yeah, SD. I'm forgetting that.
That's even worse. That's just like, Karzes actually might go down here. We just see Drazes drop that Entangle as really a defensive move to help out Karzes. It kind of worked. And as Renner tries to engage and finish Karzes, that nice coverage coming out from Drazé is actually going to bring him down. But I don't think he's going to be able to fully take advantage of this. He can get some nice damage off onto the DPS Guardian. Not many cooldowns. They could re-engage if they wanted to. And actually, Drazes almost takes out a Lucidity. And that Vampirism rune actually saved him on that disengage. Wow, okay.
Saves him quite. Oh, now the engagement Reiju. Is he going to catch him? No, just the gravestone jump there. Oh, and knockback Renner. Renner going down on the side again. Drazé just in the position, left to his own devices, trying to get the battle standard down, but that doesn't bring him up even close to it. Reiju still safe. Good escape on the side. Could really follow up on that little bit of parkour there.
Yeah, it's a good move from Reiju again, as they start to focus him. Again, one of those classic kind of movements. Reiju is absolutely fine there. He did a great job at line of sight as well as, jumping up. He got immobilized as well, but blue team just couldn't follow up, and unfortunately, as they did, red team took him out before. Very Rom reminiscent there, as well as also Knight Jr., who do that kind of move quite consistently. And now they've taken down Curve. He tried to bunker up mid. They're going to be able to take him out here. He's going to Vapor form. They won't pick up the cap immediately, but they will kind of soon, as the rest of the blue team members start to go around the map and actually get taken out here. Lucidity does get raised back up over towards the quarry now, as he's nice pick up onto Drazes there, as he uses that nice port, especially with the Ring of Warding, but he's going to get some damage on him as well, so he's going to have to disengage just as Guns and Tools starts to come onto the point. And if they contest it, he's going to want to stay on node as Lucidity tries to take people out around this point, but he's just waiting for sorry, just going into his perspective. Has just seen him going over towards the waterfall now. It looks like he's going to gank on someone. Oh, he picks his target, not going to go down too low there. And also we're going to see Eternia just actually dodging out there himself as he needs to get off the node. And this powerful free cap coming out as well from the red team, just, powering ahead now.
And they're holding on to it. They got the down on Draze over in the quarry. Still trying with the hard rest there. Reiju just not letting go of that one or turning it around on Lucidity. Almost going down. They get the rest. We need to get them into the defensive. And actually, I think Lucidity kind of negated his own damage there with the Vampirism rune.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Due to the damage he was pushed into it, and then suddenly the pressure completely gone from that one, and they were able to get him back up.
That's the one problem with that rune, you see. It's exactly what you said, it's almost interrupting. If you're both so low on HP, if you're against someone who can actually if someone's being rezzed, and then you start to get damaged, it's like forcing you into that Vamp rune proc is almost, pretty worth it. Because, it stops the res as well, so even if you're focusing those guys
Especially on a DPS Guardian, you don't have any damage capabilities on your F1, on your F skills. So that completely negates your damage.
It's not looking
on other classes, I mean, Mesmer, for example, has still the shatters, so can give that little bit of burst afterwards, even if he's in there. But no, Guardian completely taken out. We have 32 points to 300, so a tenth of the points. This is not looking good for red team, of course, on the blue side. And with attack blue, Reiju now even the decap on mid, and they're finally getting some points over on the waterfall. But, I mean, they're almost already in Lord Rush range. What are they gonna do?
Not a great game for blue at the moment at all. I mean, let's have a look at the map and see what we're looking at in terms of the movement going on. I mean, they've got a bit more, they've got better control of the map now. They've got the two nodes, they've got waterfall and they've got quarry. They're sustaining it mid, keeping that contested. They've got, the way they're split now is actually, not too bad. We're going to see Lucidity kind of on the side trying to
but the waterfall is too open.
Sorry?
The waterfall is too open and Renner can't really follow up, and really have an eye on Kazi. He's trying to do it now on the infiltrator signal. Might actually save him. He's trying. He still has it ready, and he knew that he was able to still keep it, but the dodge might but not quite in time there. And I mean, to be fair, for the fight itself, he has to port in and out all the time anyway. So keeping the cap on just one tick is really an unlikely scenario. Now even going down afterwards, porting on the point. And negating the cap there, but Carlos could come in with this stomp and not even... Well, okay, potted on the point already, so can't escape. First stomp down, waterfall being picked up again, and that is going to bring them into the dangerous 350 point range.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, blue team did start to get a bit of a pick up there. They kind of needed to almost overcommit, but that overcommittal, of course. And again, we're seeing a nice wall banner coming out from Amsterdam over there on Lucidity, but as he starts to disengage, really one of the red team members could have just engaged onto him to make sure that they kept that fight up. They've not got the point contested, really. They've got him down now. Really, that's probably more Lucidity's fault for re-engaging, but he kind of needed to. Lucidity again going down, and then the focus is really, really good. He needs to try and get out of there a little bit. Drazis can just range freely from the side. Vampirism proc is going to save him here again, but he's going back onto the side. He's trying to close that gap between him and Drazes, but it's as he does that. Oh, nice ring of warding. It's actually going to separate him from Karzez, who was coming in for that potential burst there, but not able to. And Lucidity doing a good job of surviving, but he's not able to be very offensive here.
Is the team? They are down and respawning. They really need the reinforcement there. The 2v3 is not something they can sustain for too long. And now we have Amsterdam on the run. He's probably... Can he get out of there? Not really with Jose on him. So his best move would be to wait for the disengage of one and then try and keep it neutral for as long as possible. The assistant of Curve, of course, the possibility there. But the mid is capped again. We are at 350. The Lord Rush is an option now. Guns and Tools needs to fall back to cover the waterfall. And where's the City gonna go? He kind of... I don't know. No, midpoint is not a good idea. They need to, but it's not a good idea.
If they don't get the D... Again, this is one of these late comeback kind of... Well, Guns and Tools can get it if anyone. But I don't think he's going to do that. Oh, he is. Ah, Rage is in a nice position for him to do that. Oh, no, that's... Yeah, he's just moved back into the mid there. But if he's on the edge, you can get that nice knockback. But I don't think Rage is going to pull for that. He's going to be able to see the animation as well. Now Guns and Tools doing a good job trying to get the decap, but Reiju positioning himself nicely in the end is actually going to be offensive himself by waving him off with that hammer there. It's really close to the end, it's not far away, but we've still got that contested mid. Maybe if blue team can pick up this quarry node, they can collapse onto the midpoint, but I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. I look at an Eternia now as he's just trying to cleave around just to make sure that he tries and gets down that sPVP. Try and get rid of him somehow. Drez is down in a really... How?
Yeah. He can't get dressed there, other than with a battle standard.
There you go.
Other than that, he wouldn't have been in range there for any kind of serious res. And now he's really in a position where, yeah, a couple of people have picked that up lately. Now, is he actually... Is he gonna... Oh, yeah, okay, no, he's waiting for the weapon swap to be ready again. So now just ranging from the side, and of course with that longbow really gonna hurt. It can still impact that fight there. We see the pull, but that of course with 3 people down there, that opens up the possibility of just keeping Reiju locked off the point. Kaze is still on there to assist a bit, but if they turn it around on him...
They can... No one can really reach him too well up there, unfortunately. Guns and Tools can, as well as Lucidity, you know. But there was no damage coming up. Look at him. Drazis hasn't moved for like 30 seconds. You know? No one's on him. There's nothing I can do about that. Other than he's going to use Vengeance and try and finish off Reiju quickly. This could be a really good job, actually. If they get him down, that's the only thing about Drazis being stuck up there. Is that Vengeance going to come off? Oh, no. We are not going to see that come off. Unfortunately.
Get the res in general. Now the rally on Draze, even after the Vengeance wears off. Renner with the stomp possibility on Draze. They got the decap, but the waterfall still. We see, of course, Guns and Tools go for the contestation there, but he might have. Well, he's going to win against Kaze, definitely, but he needs to focus on the point. I mean, getting the thief down is a nice thing, and of course, afterwards, he will annoy the hell out of you on the point and keep engaging and disengaging and engaging and disengaging, but he shouldn't be able to win that 1v1 in theory.
I mean, I don't think...
he is?
Oh, good job from Karzez there. Wow. I mean, the thing is, you know, if you've not that won't happen every time. The engine's going to be...
Interrupt battle standard coming out, and now they can really turn it around on him. But there was enough for Draze to get there, and just Draze on his own with the invulnerability can keep it for quite a while.
Karz's got that got that kill as well with Vamp Runes. So nice job from him. I literally don't think that Guns and Tools was expecting him to re-engage at that time. He put his number 4 skill up on the toolkit, but I don't think he was fully expecting him to re-engage there. And Karz's kind of uses those opportunities of surprise to just really, really efficiently and well to make sure that he can get back in there. We're seeing the res coming out onto Drazes here over on this waterfall node. This might not be enough. Maybe they can get the decap. They're quite close, but they need to get Reiju off point really, really quickly. They're trying to just kill him as soon as possible, but this game is way too out of reach for blue team to come back at the moment. They've only got 8 points left to go. Reiju's being a bloody hero over on this point. He has gone down. The contestant is going to come out. It's ridiculous.
No, Cars is still on there.
Oh,
Watch for
he's gonna
your
hold it.
life. He's
He's
down.
gonna
He's
hold
going to do the first
Oh.
port, and the port is going to bring it. No decap on that waterfall.
job.
Stays in their possession, and that's a 1-0 for the side of HOT.
Indeed. So going over to-
Reiju, I have to say, sometimes, mate, you gotta know when to let go. he's a bit hard on the reses from time to time. I mean, still a stellar performance from their team, but just one thing I noticed.
So not blue team again. You know, they started to come back into their game, but it's always the late comeback on Foefire. We keep seeing this happen. You know, start to suss out the team, their actual team, the team they're against, and then they can't come back into the game until really late on. And Foefire is not a good map to try and come back to. Well, it's good if you're fairly close in points. You know, 100 points or so, you can come back quite easily. And you can snowball it back in your favour, but you know there's that tendency to, when you've got the two side nodes, about that split that you have to do, and it's very, very, very important. And I don't think blue team had the map, and you know with people like Karzez, you've got to keep an eye on him, and he easily got past those guys to get that decap on the waterfall, which kind of changed the map back into the red team's favour. And some skirmishes that were kind of won, you know, that fight with Amsterdam and also the Guardian. Lucidity, that's right. They lost that fight. Lucidity was trying to get in there, did some nice damage and actually some nice moves using his abilities in different ways. But you know, blue team just kept losing other fights, so they were almost constantly 4v5 in different situations. So Karzes was coming in and +1ing most of the time, and yeah.
And I mean, especially as you said, in that forced 3-split situation. That is pretty easy to just abuse. If you know the enemy team doesn't have a chance if they don't concentrate on all 3 points, you just do a huge push into 1 point, force them to overcommitment, or well, not really overcommitment, just to commit to the point, otherwise they're going to lose it, and then split off in the chaos, or yeah, just force them away from the side points, and afterwards it's really, don't think if you can really pull it off if you're not just straight up winning the fights to keep the 3 cap. If you have a good push into like the midpoint, for example, you can't keep track of all the players that well if you're not straight up winning the team fights. It's impossible.
The thing that was funny on mid as well was Drezit.
Yeah.
Just like on that, I've not got up to that place before.
I haven't positioned myself there either, but people have been doing that quite a while back, but it hasn't really been abused this straight up. At least not in a stream match.
It's perfect.
I've seen that from time to time, but yeah, Jose just position himself up there, and then yeah, let's wait till I can get back on my longbow, then just go with it.
I'm actually kind of surprised that I didn't see Guns and Tools actually pull him down over on that midpoint there as well, because he actually had a nice idea, like a nice view on Karzes on that initial early split. When Karzes came over from the quarry, as soon as he came in, Guns and Tools, you know, pulled out the toolkit, used that magnet pull, and actually pulled Karzes in right at the beginning when he got him down the first time. He did get raced up in the end, and they lost a member in the end as well, the blue team. It seems Drezit as well, using these maps and thinking, you know, Engineer's going to be better on this map. He's really conscious about what the best comp is for his team and himself and his gameplay. So we're going to have a look at the splits on this next map. Next, going to go for them as we go into potentially the last game and of the ESL Weekly Cup, number 74.
And we see the straight stealth up and going through the midpoint. Again, far point aggression coming out from HOT. 3 people engaging on that one. Lucidity already smelling it. Going for the defense. Also Guns and Tools falling back. That's going to be a free cap for Reiju and a 1v1 on mid. But the action definitely not going to happen on the auto because we see the cap there. They took a bit too long for that. Getting the cap. Good CC on the way there. And that's how you do it.
Yeah, a little bit more, again, of the fighting off node that we kind of got a little bit more used to. But look, I think there's a clear tactic coming out from Red Team, trying to pull them off node to this split up fighting where they can potentially, you know, take out different members. But now as Guns and Tools gets drawn away by Karzez, you've got to hope that that's not what he's trying to plan there. And we're going to see the other team members going in towards mid now as Jigglypuff comes up from the behind, forces Linghot pressure. Lucicity trying to escape his wrath. He's not going to be able to do a ton of damage, but it's enough conditions to cause him a few issues here. And we are going to see, as he goes towards that fight with Renner and also Karzez, put himself in a little bit of a position, but does a nice port to evade Jigglypuff there and actually goes towards Karzez, trying to get some nice damage off, but they're going to drop that SR and Detene comes out there and actually going to be okay, but does a nice move going back towards Curve. Blue team's movement round there was actually very, very good, and that's helped a lot as they can go towards mid. They're going to win this 3v2 situation. They need to get Reiju down. They're actually going to focus and stay in the 3v1 potentially, getting them both down, and then we can see Drazir, whoa, he's coming in for the full-on res. He's going to attempt it. We are going to see the banner race there as well.
Res the guy with the wall banner and then get the next one back up. So full recovery on that one.
Awesome recovery.
They would have needed the down there badly. But to be honest, I kind of would have also thought, no, they're not gonna get somebody back up here. Reiju was so low already. Yeah, but just drop a supply crate on there, get the interrupts going, and go for it.
Yeah, indeed. That's what that beautiful vengeance is for the man who killed Reiju, risking his life for everything. We're going to go back over towards the mid area.
Wait, did he vengeance?
Yeah, he died and respawned.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. Vengeance banner. I thought it was actually a straight up res.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he respawned. He was full dead over
okay,
mid.
okay,
Yeah,
good.
I wasn't 100% sure. I didn't get in on him on time. I missed that. I thought Jigglypuff might have come in for the rest. So I didn't want to predict it until I saw him go down. But yeah, it was vengeance in the end. So good move from him. And that's one of those situations, you know, where it's really vengeance is actually very bloody useful. It's not always 100% you're going to get raised up from the down, of course. But if you've got a banner, that's going to bloody well help. Can help the team, especially if you're in a big trouble. Curve over here on Temple is going to go into the downstate as well, keeping it contested for as long as possible. This game is a it's a lot more even actually than the last map. Blue team playing very, very well on this game at the moment. Stillness is going to pop up in 15 seconds as well. Oh, the nice knockback comes out from Guns and Tools over on the mid against Eternia there actually. Good job.
But the second contender coming in already. That's going to be a while until he gets a knockback on that one. He needs to get him into a position, but Reiju's not having any of it. Oh, but now that could be a bit dangerous. He's trying to get that CC chain and really prepare him for the knockdown. Don't think he really wants to go for the straight up fight. It's going to be +1. Kaze in from the side. Is he going to get the good attack on Guns and Tools? No, he's going straight through. Is he? No, he isn't. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. He's going through and going to get the decap on the altar. And now Guns and Tools in a difficult position. Am I going to go for the buff or for the cap? He decides to go for the buff and actually is about to get Reiju down. But he almost turned it around. Going to get the CC on him. Potentially Renner for the assist.
The thing is that really Guns and Tools isn't going to benefit from this. I mean, the only benefit he's getting is the fact that they've not got the cap on Stillness. But they were going to get, alright, they've actually lost the Temple, so it's not too bad. But the thing is that if their situation was still the fact that they had Temple, and then that they had the altar as well, in the end, it wouldn't have mattered if we'd gone for Stillness, you know, because it was even Stevens either way. So really, probably the best thing they could have done was actually go back for the altar and actually try and, you know, make sure they could defend that. They did, however, pick up the mid while I was talking about that, and they're still contesting the Stillness buff, although he is going to go down most likely, getting knocked down as well.
That's falling damage.
Should be able... Oh no, straight out there.
But that's actually going to enable him to get a quick respawn on that one. We have the contestation still with people keeping an eye on that buff. Renner on the side notes, trying to be as quick as possible. Oh, we have Kazer down. Curve is doing his best. Renner for the assist. The damage is going to be enough to keep Kazer down, and now we only have Drazir left now for the defense. And that could be enough.
Drazir did a good job at...
Nice Bazzy Venom.
We got Drazir playing Vamprune. Let's check. Yes, he is indeed. I wasn't in his perspective to check that. Renner follows up with a nice damage. Stillness still being contested, but as blue team were trying to defend auto and Guns and Tools was down here, we unfortunately did see the red team pick up 2 caps. Not unfortunately, but unfortunately for the blue team, of course. Now they're really trying to scramble for this nodes and still fighting over Stillness. It feels like by the time this has been done, we will see the next stillness pop up as well. But now, really, for blue team, it's important that they do get this. Unfortunately, because of that overcommittal to the rest of the map, Eternity has been able to pick up the cap over on the altar, but we have seen decaps elsewhere on the map. We've seen Renner picking up mid, and we've also seen Lucidity getting that decap over on the other node as well. Might be able to pick up some nice damage here versus Karzez if we can really pick him out. Normally this matchup, you'd expect the Guardian to win.
Yeah, but you'd also expect the Engineer to win in a matchup against Karzez.
So, yeah.
He didn't last time. But this looks a bit more clear. It's just a bit more difficult. But now another Engineer comes in. Vapor Form coming out. Res is put on Karzez, and afterwards that's going to be a finish on Lucidity.
Indeed. Shouldn't be too long before they do that. So we didn't see the stillness pick up. No one's down at the bottom of Tranquility other than Guns and Tools. Actually, we might see the knockback. Oh, Lucidity wasn't on node when he died.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
It's really unfortunate. And how's the... Oh no, the positioning is horrible right here.
Oh, and
we don't see Guns and Tools
well.
really coming through. He can't get the pull. Oh, he makes it on point in time. That is really important. No supply... Wait, why did he walk off point? Guns and Tools walked off point, dropped the supply crate, but lost the cap.
Yeah, unfortunate there. But, you know, I think there's... those kind of mistakes do happen, and you know, unfortunately he did just jump off node. I did just miss that actually. I was just having a look over towards the stillness buff. When he come up, Amsterdam came up with a nice banner play and actually raised members up there, so good job from him to keep the fight going for the blue team. Still in the lead, only by about 7 points, so we are very close. Red team have got this midpoint bunkered down, and someone from blue needs to get on there. Kev manages to nip on point there as well. Red team members are kind of clustered, a good chance and opportunity to get a lot of AoE damage and cleave down on this point, and that should be actually quite good for the blue teams. They could bring down the Guardian as well, and that AoE damage that can come out from that Scepter too perhaps. Needs to just pin down a target as soon as possible, going into the perspective of Lucidity now, as his cooldowns start to come up. He's got his heal as well, so now he's going to start going on that offensive. His port's still up for like 10 seconds. Needs to try and get that focus down onto someone. The focus was going to be Jigglypuff, but he does a great job of getting out there, and now we're going to see Renner probably trying to go for that. Is he going to try and actually get out of this fight and maybe pursue? He's not going to, but we are going to see him, Lucidity actually just bailing out of that fight now. We have saw Amsterdam going down as well over on the stillness buff. 1v2 now for Guns and Tools. We are going to see Renner potentially coming up here as well. Thought we were going to see that. Renner was going to have a look at the decap.
Renner actually had a couple of options there to +1 the stillness fight. One before didn't go for it. We kind of see. I'm kind of loving the decap play here by the Thieves. It's really straightforward. No mucking about, just getting the decap quick out and back into the team fight there. Don't really want to give them too much time with one. Yeah, bit old school, but clean, and it still works. Renner getting the decap on the temple, now joining the fight again. Stillness. That's actually we haven't seen a stillness picked up yet, right?
No. Stillness has been up the entire time since 11:30. It's literally not gone down. So that is one thing that slowed this game. You can see how slow this game is without that stillness pickup. We're not even hit 300 points yet. We're just about to. We're very close, and we've got like 5 minutes left in the game. We're actually going to see the next stillness buff pickup. Karzez gets banned there as well by Reiju over on the mid on the stillness buff. And they really need to think about getting this cap. Reiju is very low. If they focus the target, they can get him down now.
Karzez dropping down. And that could be just that little bit of an advantage they need. Stomp on Reiju. Are we gonna see stillness? No, we aren't. Jigglypuff from the side. There to be the hero to get the interrupt. There we go. Stillness is gonna stick around, but now we have an open temple. We have the possibility for someone to just nip over there, get the decap. Lucidity probably gonna be the person. Jigglypuff is tied to that point, and the respawn. No, the respawn is coming in. Reiju, they might have just hesitated a bit too long.
I think also that they're over on that stillness. I think that Guns and Tools was kind of there, and I think Guns and Tools actually should have stayed at the buff, and Amsterdam should have gone for the altar. Because, you know, the reason being that Guns and Tools has got a lot of that CC and knockback that he could get potentially Jiggly down there and they could actually get the buff and put themselves ahead. So maybe that would have been a better choice there. I'm not sure. I think it just feels like it. Engineer on stillness is really, really, really useful. Magnet pulls, the knockback with the rifle. You know, there's a lot of utility to get those guys down and out of that potentially. And still, no one picks up this point. No one sticks up this. But I think we will see maybe Tranquility coming up again. Still got a minute and a half, though. As 2-cap comes in for the red team. They're going to be able to get this decap over on the temple. We're going to see the City coming into the point now. We've also got trailing behind. Jazz is going to do the nice magnet pull. A good job. But he could do some nice damage against Dreszy. Dreszy, of course, having that Vampirism rune, though, will be able to negate that burst that comes in. It won't be able to take him down as quick. And now, actually, he is going to choose to disengage, thinking that he can't win that 1v1. Over on the mid, we've got the 1v1 occurring as well. Maybe Lucidity feels that that could be a better place for him to engage and win the general 2v2, especially if Curve comes in as well. Sorry. Curve comes in as well, he's already there, my bad. But we are going to see potentially someone 1v1. Renner peeking about it, and he's just been able to take down Reiju there on the steps. And that's good prep actually for the Tranquility that's coming up. Still got 45 seconds though.
And even though now we have accumulated about over 100-point lead here, still with this 2-cap, we see the first decap, that in preparation, 30 seconds to go until Tranquility may be able to throw this entire game over to another team, Amsterdam being stomped, and that would potentially open up the stillness buff if we hadn't Guns and Tools there. Guns and Tools, of course, force into their buff with that stomp, opening up the altar again. So a decap on that, and that might actually result in a triple cap, because I don't
Oh, he went down! He's gone down for the buff. He's picked Tranquility over the stillness, of course. If he gets the Tranquility, then yeah, cool. But
and that's a big
I don't know if he's going to make it in time.
Jigglypuff.
Guns and Tools is going to be the guy who's going to be interrupting anyone that comes down. Jigglypuff just needs to get a tiny bit of damage. Can Blue Team pick this up really late on? We've still got 2 minutes left in the game, of course. We're going to see Guns and Tools trying to get... Oh, Jigglypuff, the hero, interrupts the Tranquility. And I think with that interrupt, that could be the end of the game, because the free cap has come out for the red team.
Oh, they're trying to get the quick kill on Jigglypuff. Jigglypuff is down. Can't really range it. Eternia with the fire.
Oh, he's going to get some damage now, though.
Zero. Trying to bring him to position. Everyone is just raining down to Tranquility.
Stillness.
We have the stillness to end this really quickly with a triple cap and the stillness on top of it. A lot closer this match, but in the end, yeah, they couldn't really get there.
Oh, Jiggly. Jiggly, Jiggly.
Jiggly, jiggly. It was actually a pretty good job from Guns and Tools to keep Jigglypuff busy for as long as he has, to enable Curve to get that far. Not quite far enough, but still. I think Blackjack was actually down there at the same time as Curve was.
Yeah, I didn't get down there in time enough, unfortunately. I would just miss that on the map as well, so apologies for that pickup. But yeah, I think you're right. I mean, it was a good position from Guns and Tools. Unfortunately, Jigglypuff just getting around the side of him there, using that lightning to get into the area of Tranquility, and just, you know, anything to interrupt that. Of course, it would be interesting, you know, what would happen if it was the same kind of channel as Stronghold with the heroes, where it has to be an interrupt.
That, you know what would also be interesting? If we had some kind of line of sight
around the actual buff.
Yeah, no, just well, not around, but just like one bit about the size of the catwalk there. Mm-hmm. And then that people can at least line of sight a little bit. It's like, okay, people drop down and then they basically immediately have range on you. Only need to move a couple of feet to get the interrupt.
And also running down the kind of wooden structure, the wooden pathway as well. Walking straight down, you can just fire an arrow and one interrupt. Could be an idea. Maybe something we can talk about. Maybe some feedback for the devs now. But yeah, actually, yeah, it'd be kind of interesting actually, because you'd have to send specific classes down there with interrupts and enough, so that, you know, and maybe, you know, people might pick up things like Rampage if you experienced that in Stronghold yesterday, which was fun.
I want to play Stronghold again.
I know. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it immensely.
I only got to play 11 games.
You actually counted the amount of games you played.
No, I only know because Spuddy said that we've won 10 and lost 1.
Okay. He's got a bit. He's got a bit of experience on that.
Didn't show. Didn't show.
Oh, really? Awesome. Okay, guys. So thank you very much for coming to join us for the ESL Weekly Cup number 74. It's been quite a good night of games. We had 10 teams coming in tonight, so good job there. Been nice to see another set of new teams coming in next week. I think we had some different results compared to last week's cup, actually, and actually some different and new team names coming in. Again, just to mention the teams that were here this evening, just going to quickly bring those up. Sorry we didn't get to stream you guys, but, you know, maybe next week. Also, we had Your Goose is Cooked, made in kits. The team I can't pronounce, called Zboo. That's going to be their name. Cement Slaps Machines.
Zaboojits.
Yeah, that could actually be it. Well done. Sizzling Hot Pressure Rice Squad. Goes well with chicken. Also, curry sauce. Red Team, various artists. We don't know why. We do, and also Anime Beauty Crew. Thank you very much for joining us for the ESL Weekly Cup number 74. Anything else you would like to say, Nick, before we toddle off?
Bananas.
Thank you. Don't forget to join us for the ESL Go 4 Cup on Sunday.
I actually have bananas next to me, so
That's the first thing you saw.
That's how far my creativity goes. That's just sad.
Amazing, amazing. Go for Cup Sunday, guys. EU and NA. We will see you very soon. Thank you for joining us. Take care and good night. And don't forget, before you go to bed, put out those candles. You don't want to wake up to fire. See you soon.
Fire safety advice from Jebro.
And good evening.